Welcome back to Omni Garage here on the House of Rags.
So something a little bit different today that there has been videos like this produced on the channel before, but Glenn and I have had an opportunity to basically wash, polish and ceramic coat a really dirty, neglected camper van, motorhome, home on wheels, whatever you guys call it around the world, but we sort of typically call these motorhomes slash camper vans. This is a 7.5 metre Bailey motorhome, and we're just going to show you some tips, tricks, a couple of things that we've learned along the way, and how easy it is to basically polish and coat a camper van. All of you guys are doing car coatings and car polishing and stuff. The process is largely the same, but let me tell you, the only thing that's different is the ticket item. This is how you really go from doing your low-end jobs like your cars and stuff, and you can really ramp up the amount of money that you're earning in your business by doing big jobs like this.
Way around the majority of this motorhome, so as you can see, we've actually got some gloss in the coat of this motorhome. Generally, you find that a lot of these panels, maybe the door panel is occasionally glossy, but definitely all of these other ones, all of the gel coat has that dull finish to it. So this customer chose to go for the full package. He went for the detail, the polish and the ceramic coating, and as you can see, we've got a lot of gloss on all of these surfaces here, so it's really brought this camper back to life. We are working our way around this side here. We've actually completed everything, so the roof is coated, the back is coated, the sides are coated, the area that we've left, because we wanted to show you guys the before. Hopefully you can see up there, see that dull finish? So we've done this area here, but as you get to this kind of T section right there, we've left this whole section where it's incredibly dull all the way down to here. And Glenn's going to show you, I think he's setting up some
I'm setting up
some equipment.
Exactly what we've done on this camper, and so I'll set this up and we'll work you through how we basically take that from the washed finish, because that's been washed, to really get this gloss back and then a coating over the top.
Yeah, too, like that's the finished side, this is the unfinished side, and it's almost a matte, it's like a matte effect to the paint really. Look at it. So technique that we've kind of worked out here, we've been using a combination of two different pads, haven't we? We've done a lot with the DIY wool,
and it's done a pretty good job, except the problem is that we have pushed our wool pads a bit too far. We've done a lot of cars, they've started to disintegrate, and so now I've got one of the Buff Bright, is it called Buff? No, it's not.
Buff and Shine.
And so I've got one of the Buff and Shines here. This is one of their, I think it is heavy.
Oh, you can't read after a while on me, can you?
It's the maroon pad, all right? I think it's might be heavy polish.
Medium polish?
Or maybe medium cut. I don't know.
I don't know.
Go onto the House of Rags website and find it. And we've been using the DIY detail polish. The reason for this is that when you're doing big areas like this, you're not really going to be removing scratches from the gel coat. You're basically doing a really nice deep clean. And when you're doing large areas, what you want is something that's going to wipe off really easy, really clean. If you start to get into some heavy compounds, they are a pain to remove, and you will get upset really quickly when you like look along the pan and you go, oh no, look at all that I've got to remove. So this has been wiping off really easy, it's really efficient, and the finish that we've got has really transformed it. And Glenn's already shown you what we're working with here. So
I think the other thing about this polish as well is that it does not stain any trim. So we've been able to hit the trim around the front of this car, particularly important on vehicles as well.
Motorhome.
Motorhome, yeah.
Look at the trim down below. This trim here has come up real nice.
Yeah, so you can just polish straight over that and it comes up looking, I wouldn't say as new, but it looks fantastic. One spray
of the gold standard.
And then the technique that we've been working here, we've found somewhere between 4 to 6 passes has been getting a reasonable finish. You can actually see it puffing away and the finish coming through as you're doing your passes. Quite obvious. It's been quite satisfying to work through this. I think you can see there. So this is just cutting away years of dirt, build-up, grime, and what it's doing as well is adding an incredible slickness to this surface, even without having the ceramic coating applied on this section right here.
So what would really speed up the time is if you went to a bigger pad, you know, like you went to a 6-inch.
Yeah, we've been using a 5-inch machine, so the liquid elements machine there with the 5-inch pad. But I mean, you can look at that. As Glenn's wiping that off,
That's where I kind of got a bit of polish and where I didn't.
So very, very quickly, 3 to 4 passes, and you really add some gloss into the surface. And then it's just a matter of methodically working your way around the vehicle. You can see very obviously where you've missed areas on this camper as well. So it's quite easy to work around methodically.
Ivan always say, don't put clean polish on a dirty pad. Dirty pad, I go to the pad washer, clean it up.
We've got the clean pad, ready to go again. And let me just show you while I'm up here. This is how you can get the roof of the camper to look. These can get pretty dirty pretty quickly because of how flat the surfaces are, but this one here is now looking fantastic. Tricks, Glenn, in the polishing process here, or is this one of the easy ones you've done?
Oh, this is easy because the thing is that you're only really cleaning it up. It's flat panels. There's no curves, there's nothing. Tips and tricks is get yourself a good ladder, get yourself a good workbench, because you're going to need to come up to some height. And you need a decent sized ladder so that you can get onto the roof.
I think the biggest size pad you can get on the biggest machine is going to save you time in doing this as well. And just to give you guys an idea in terms of the price that we would charge for this, we've got a typical price that we would charge for a motorhome detail and ceramic coating, because most of our customers don't want us to go to the effort of polishing. Basically, if someone's wanting us to polish, it is half of that price again on top for the additional time that this is taking us. So, as Glenn said, you can move into a pretty big ticket item pretty quickly. However, as a sole operator, if it's just you doing it, for context, Glenn and I have taken about 2 full days on this. So you may be 4 days if you're one person doing this. We've managed to do this in 2 because there's 2 sets of hands. Still the polishing here, I helped a little bit in that area. You can kind of see that nice glossy shadow that he's got there with the trees. And then next part of the process
is to add a bit of app. So we do not have a little hand sander or a small orbit. You want something sort of 2 to sort of 8 millimeters, low speed to apply it. I would recommend you do that for a large job like this, and I recommend you do it for a car. We just don't have one, so we're going to hand apply the app on here. You don't want to use your polishing machine on your high speeds because there's a bit of SiO2 in here. You don't want that to cure. And what's the whole idea of the app, Glenn?
The whole idea of the app is to help the clear coat get to a point where it will accept our coatings. It will help to open the pores of it, and it leaves those pores open. Is it 24 hours?
I think so, yeah.
24 to 48 hours?
Swells the paint.
Yeah. And what we have found is that we will go from a very, very smooth surface right here. When we apply the app to it, we end up with a tacky surface, so it's slightly grabbier, which to me is the proof in the product actually doing a good job. Glenn just had a sniff there too, because he really loves the smell of it.
Yeah, it's got tea tree oil in it. It smells really nice.
And then what we found is that our ceramic coatings, we think that the bonding of them is superior to using any of the alcohol-based wipes we've used in the past. And the added benefit as well is we get another wipe on the surface. So this does add a tiny bit of gloss, minuscule. I think if you put it on a hand, like a sanding applicator, I think you're going to get a better result. But
maybe you got a little bit of polish residue that you might have missed. But definitely, so now our coating is actually going to be going into this gel coat or into your clear coat on your vehicle, and instead of it sitting on the top. Adhesion promoter polish. It's promoting the adhesion, I'm making this up now, of the coating.
I think the thing about this as well is that we would typically use in the past a lot of panel prep spray with app. I mean, you can't even see to the point where we've used on there.
That's a new bottle, that's
why. This is a new bottle, but this goes a very long way. I think on our other bottle, we may have done 20 cars with it. We might be at about here, just above the black label. So this is a fantastic product that is now permanent part of our process.
And what you can see now is we've got, this is coated down here. Somewhere down here is coated. Nice,
it's coated over here. This is ceramic
nice, slick surface. When I come onto here, it's grabby. It's a lot, it's a lot more grabby because the surface is clean. It's the cleanest it'll ever be. And that's the point where you want it to be. You want it to feel tacky when you're wiping off, especially on the cars. You want it to feel real tacky, real grabby, real clean surface. That's the perfect surface to now apply our ceramic coating.
And what's our ceramic coating? A choice here.
We've got the DIY detail, Hydrate.
Yeah, this is the Hydrate, the 8-year coating. So we're going to pop that on, and then we are pretty much done with this camper at that point. It's going to be nice to have this job finished, get it back to its customer.
Got a real dirty applicator pad because...
Well, it's a big job, isn't it?
It's a big job.
So you think about how many cars worth of coating you do as you're working around here. We typically use 3 bottles, like at a minimum. So you got that coating going on there.
8 drops on your first go, and then we're going to rub it in.
And then we probably don't need it for this section, but I think that other little trick that you've unlocked this weekend, Glenn, I think we've got to show the people the way to remove the coating on the high areas on a camper.
Yeah, I can
So
do.
I'll go get that for you while you're applying that.
So when we use the hydrate, we know that we can let this, it's instant bond technology, so you can wipe it off whenever you want. Or you could go and coat a big section, I don't know, something that, you know, half an hour or so, and then come back and wipe it off. And you can see that it's pretty much gone to the point now where it's basically gone.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to try and catch an angle.
But this angle here, you can see a few white marks there, here and there.
See here-ish.
And so, because it's just going to basically flash away, and I think the rules around this is that when sort of 50% of it has started to disappear, flash away, that is the perfect time to start and wipe off, and I would say we're probably there. So first wipe, oh, we're a bit dirty here actually.
We're using the level 1 towels from the House of Rags, and we're also using the Freebird 400 as our second wipe towel there. So both of them are silver, keeps it easy to manage in our towel setup. And nice wipe off on the 8 year. So that's our first wipe, and then that Freebird 400 comes in for our second wipe. And then when we get to the top here, I'm going to show you a little trick.
I recommend that if you're going to do big jobs like this, or if you're working on big SUVs and trucks, go grab yourself the mitt on the stick. The reason why is I can do coating removal up here. No problem, coating removal. Maybe you could put your, I don't know, you could put a wash pad on here and you could do washing on the roof. You could also put the wash pad on here and wash that roof and stretch right over. You could put an applicator pad on here. That's what I've been doing for the center of the roof, because this is quite hard to get. Putting on there, putting some coating on there and using that to reach, and then put another towel on over the top to remove it. I recommend if you're going to do it that way, get 2, because changing these towels in and out with these things get a little annoying. So grab 2 of these, and then you've got 1 for application, 1 for removal. Easy as.
There you go. Those are some tips as to how we work on a big vehicle like this. And to tell you the truth, it's really not all that different from working on a regular vehicle. The only things that really are different is, number 1, the size, which equates to the amount that you can charge. So you're generating more income, more revenue for your business. And really the only difference, a lot of the tools, the equipment, the polishes, the chemicals, they all stay the same. Really the thing that you need to factor in is some of the reaching equipment. So the ladders, you know, the workbenches, and then maybe something like what Glenn suggested, to be able to reach to get some of the higher areas or to the center of the roof so you can operate very safely. As always, you know, check out some of these products on the House of Rags. We are affiliated with the House of Rags, and every sale that we make with the coupon code OmniGarage not only saves you 10%, but gives us a little kickback as well, so we can continue to buy products from the House of Rags, get them here to New Zealand, and test them out on the channel. I think the top 2 products for us that really helped us get through this process is the Gold Standard Polish from DIY app, and a little bonus, can't go wrong with a little bit of hydrate. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week.